O, dobra, nagrywa się. It's on.
It's on. Hey guys, welcome from Martinique.
Welcome. We decided to take you to the beach today. We are in Martinique.
It's not going to be a typical beaching about life that we used to do years ago, but something like that.
It's going to be beaching about
yeah,
life
it's kind of a
and
it's kind of a
life.
yeah,
sailing
life. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's basically a Q&A. Because we've gathered some decent list of well, not really long list, but we compiled a small list of questions that do keep reoccurring many times.
Especially our vlogs sometimes are not, how you say it in English, on time. Yeah, sometimes it's from the past.
Yeah, so they're delayed.
So we would like to just
bring you up to date.
Of course, yeah. So.
And up to date, the first question that keeps occurring is like, can you sail right now?
Yeah, can we sail? Where are we? What are our plans?
Yes.
And so we would like to maybe start with some Martinique.
So
because,
why are we sailing in Martinique? We're sailing in Martinique because it's part of European Union and part of Caribbean, obviously the same. So all the it's kind of a best of both worlds because you get the shopping and all the supplies, you know, kind of like in the European supermarket. Yet at the same time you're right in the middle of the Caribbean. And actually Martinique is very unique as an island. In the Caribbean because it has a lot to offer on both coasts.
It was like it was a big surprise to us because for last years we've been only anchored on the
leeward side, on the west side
and
of the island.
This is the really unique island that you can anchor on around the island actually. Yeah,
all around the island, really.
So for since we've been stuck here since June.
And we're not complaining.
We're not complaining. So we decided to take a tour. We just uploaded a few videos about Martinique, but more is going to be on the way. But today we'd like to give you like a little bit summary of this island. Yeah, as Bartek mentioned, this is like an amazing island because you got one civilization because it's a European Union, and on the other side you can just run away and anchor in a bay where you don't have any neighbors. So this is amazing.
It's pure, absolutely pure nature, just a few miles away from a regular supermarket. So it's just you know, like I said, it's best of both worlds.
And the East Coast is
the East Coast, the East Coast, like I said, it's a very unique island because vast majority of islands in the Caribbean, in fact, all of them. Except maybe I'm trying to think, but I think only Saint Martin has anything to offer on its windward side. Most other islands are completely inaccessible on the windward side, on the east side. They usually have steep cliff, rocky coasts with a bunch of reefs and basically waves crashing in there, and that's it. And there's no way to go there. The only way you can, it's amazing. It's just like 1,000 little islands protected by this giant barrier reef that's a few miles away from the main coast, and there's a lot going on between that big reef and the main coast. Yeah,
and you have there are a lot of little bays when you can find the shelter to your boat, anchor, and there are absolutely many places that you can just explore. And this is the first time we started to just explore island with kids because now they are 5 and 7. So this is excellent moment that we can just go into the island and just go hiking and go for a longer trip. So this is what we did. Yeah. And what did we do?
And what did we do? Well, we did quite a few different things around the island.
Yeah. So what are the options here?
Attractions
in Martinique. So this is the one question we got. Yeah. So this is amazing because you can explore Martinique from the coast and inside
in the interior. It's got a beautiful tropical forest, jungle. And there's many different paths that a lot of them are completely unofficial, and you're kind of going through a private property sign and nobody seems to care, and they're kind of semi-official trails, and you go somewhere and you see a beautiful waterfall where you can take a bath. and also you can hike Mount Pelée for more advanced people, which is basically 6-hour hike, 3 hours or more than 3 hours upward and then uphill and then the way back.
And I can mention that Martinique is an island of flowers. They call it the Isle of Flowers, so it's amazing because it's there are a lot of colors here, a lot of flowers everywhere. So you don't need to go to the botanical garden to just
although you
see.
can.
But we just did it last month, so we took a tour to the gardens, and it was like really amazing. It's like the flowers, the colors. Were absolutely amazing, and the trees. So it's a nice place when you just love nature and colors.
And when you love marine nature, there's endless reefs to dive on or snorkel on. You don't even have to be a diver to see a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like
the water,
meters, especially on the leeward side, on the west side, is very, very clear in most places, and it's just awesome. We were just anchored in Anse-d'Alet a few days ago, and we could see every single thing on the bottom 12 meters down, so 12 meters deep. So, take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, there are many sweet bays, and the reefs are
really cute. Yeah,
everywhere.
So yeah,
and we got this really cool system. It's called the hookah system.
Hookah, yeah. It's basically
so
not a tank for diving, but instead you have a compressor that's constantly running, and you're diving with a hose in your mouth, just to make it simple.
This is the first time actually we started to just use it after 5 years of living on a boat.
Well, we used it a few times, but usually
to clean the bottom of our home.
To maintain the boat, yeah.
Yeah. So Martinique is really good to us. We got so many. There are many. We have a lot of friends here living on a boat. So this is really good for us, especially for our kids. They can play with other kids. So we spend time together. Sometimes we just got some parties, and then
right behind us is an anchorage in Sainte-Anne that usually holds a couple hundred boats. And a lot of them do stay here for the most part, so they're kind of semi-permanent residents. We kind of come and go, but nevertheless we made friends, and like Ania says, the kids have their own buddies and whatnot, so it's good to come back here. And as you see, the beach is not bad either.
And this is like for us sailors, it's a really important place when we're talking about the supply.
Yes, because right behind us is the beach in Sainte-Anne, but right in front of us is probably the biggest marina in the entire Caribbean, or marina together with a bay that also is a hurricane hull. And there's a multitude of stores, chandleries and whatnot, and you can pretty much get almost anything you need for a boat. Including heavy repairs, lifting a boat and that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a good spot to visit every once in a while.
And talking about the hurricane hull, this how we mentioned.
Yeah, hurricane hull is.
You've been asking how was the hurricane season to us, because this is the first time actually we spent the hurricane season on a boat.
Hurricane season in the hurricane zone on the boat.
On a boat.
Yeah, because
how was it?
How was it? It was no problem. We kept watching the forecasts, and we were looking, and there was one moment, I think in September, that there were hurricanes popping out from Africa, one after another, like literally there were a week. And I think some of you who are familiar with the issue, they ran out of alphabet this year for naming them.
Only one accident happened to us.
Yeah, but not really because of a hurricane.
Yeah, it was Laura just coming through the
Martinique.
Martinique.
But it wasn't really because of Laura. It was because of the fact that we didn't watch our back and had a thunderstorm come in from a unusual direction, and it basically reversed the wind. And
for those who just haven't seen our videos, our vlogs, so now I invite you to see how our boat ran aground.
Yeah, it's one of the latest episodes.
But we are okay, we're fine. And
boat is okay, and we're fine.
So don't worry, the drama in the vlog is really high, but
Captain's ego is the only thing that got damaged, but that's about it.
Probably yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And so the second question is the next question is how does sailing looks like in the Caribbean?
Yeah, right at the
Is it
moment
possible
with
to
all
sail?
with all the restrictions and everything. So there are two camps. One is a former English islands, and the other camp is the French islands. And apparently they're really having a hard time talking to each other to in order to make the procedures easier. So getting between one camp and the other is a complicated part. Getting in between the French islands is the easiest because they basically at this point have no restrictions, floating between Martinique and Guadeloupe and Saint Martin. On the other hand, floating between the post-English islands, former English colonial islands, there is some restrictions, but they're not as complicated as coming from the French island to the English island. So if you want to know the details, you're just going to have to check it on your own, because there's almost no point going through the whole list of who requires what coming from where, because it changes too.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
It keeps changing. So if you're deciding to do that kind of sailing, you're just gonna have to do the research on your own. What we can tell you is the easiest thing is if you're coming from Europe, just stick to the French islands, and it's easy.
This is the reality that looks a much more better than people think.
We have people coming in all the time. Yeah. Every few days, somebody's coming in to another boat or to us, and all that's required is a test that's valid within 40 hours, and they want it for the entry into Martinique, and that's about it. On the way back, there's nothing required, unless your country in Europe requires a quarantine when you come back. But that's a completely different story. That's something that you're gonna have to find out as well. The flights are here. There's at least 2 flights a day. Some days are 4 flights a day, and from what we know from people who are going back and forth, they're actually not empty at all. They're actually pretty full. So there's people going back and forth.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
We're done with this.
We're done with the dry
travel
facts.
restrictions.
Yes. What was next?
I don't know. What was next? What are our plans? So are we going to stay here in Martinique? Actually, we would like to go to Guadeloupe within a few days. We'd like to go there for like a...
So we'll show you a little bit of Guadeloupe.
Yeah. So we want to stay there for maybe a few weeks and then come back here. And about next year, we're planning to go to Europe sooner or later.
If nothing radically changes, we want to go to Europe, either to Poland, most likely to Poland, but there's another option sort of kind of being born right now, so we'll see. If it pans out, we'll let you know.
And there are two reasons why we want to go to Europe. First,
we have to repaint the boat.
No. First is that we haven't seen our parents for one year. True. So this is like we miss our families, we miss friends in Poland. So, and our kids want to go to see the grandparents. So this is the reason number one. And the second is, of course, Pauline needs repair.
I dug myself a hole because I was thinking we could fly there, right? So that's why I was thinking when we're talking about the boat, I was thinking about repainting the boat. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the cheapest option, probably.
Probably.
I don't know.
If we don't break anything on the way.
Yeah, exactly. So I would like to go to Poland maybe in May. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to be there by end of May or something of that sort, to have at least 2 months with some spare time to lift the boat out of the water, repaint it, and do a few other modifications and refreshers.
And then probably we're gonna stay in Europe for
a little while.
Yeah.
Because we want to go see the Med, the Mediterranean.
The Med. We're gonna go mad.
We're gonna go mad. So yeah, if anybody wants to cross the Atlantic with us, come over.
Yeah,
and also if you want to come over right now, that's also an option. We might be having someone join us today or tomorrow, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So yeah. What else? Okay, the question that keeps coming back like a boomerang: how do we stay alive, financially speaking? It is different than it used to be because, as most of you know, I don't fly anymore, so the main income is gone. But we have started our online shop, online store. We have done what else?
Yeah, we got big supporters from our patrons. This is like a
That's been going on for a while.
big support to us. Maybe so this is a big support. And then
we've
vlogging,
been more,
vlogging is getting a little bit better.
Ania is getting better at convincing Google to pay more for the ads because there's just more traffic.
But it's not an easy job. I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know if you are aware or not, but vlogging stuff, it's not the easiest part. It's like a full-time job. It's like requires a lot of work, but like I keep doing and going, and so this is one of the thing that
keeps us alive.
Exactly. So vlogging. Yeah, we launched last month. We launched our boutique, like a shop on our website. Where you can buy our Bartek's music on a hang drum, like a few different stuff. We're gonna just keep
expanding. Yes. Yeah. One is that we're doing stuff with. We launched a new website that purely has to do with advising others how to make the transition between living on a land and living on a boat the easiest, the least painful, and so they make the least mistakes possible. So we basically share everything we learned in during our process, and also things we learned from other people that done the same
mistakes
thing.
we made.
So we're trying to have you not to make the same mistakes that we or our friends did.
Yeah.
That's what it basically comes down to. So that product is actually in the boutique. It's basically a 1-hour session with us where we analyze in particular your situation. And this is not just purely technical, financial, but you'd be surprised. It's actually a lot more psychological about whether you actually fit into with this lifestyle. Is that going to serve you? Is that going to be something good for you, or are you going to go mad after a few months? Because this is going to annoy you, this is going to annoy you, that is going to annoy you.
And most important, you didn't mention that advising on which boat should you buy, because it's not the easiest part, and so we just
which boat, where should you plan to sail, what kind of equipment would you have to have, depending on who you're sailing with, where you're sailing, what's your budget, and that kind of stuff. So there's many different variables.
So so if you are interested, so you can just visit our website. It's poly.sailoceans.com. So this is the English version.
Yep.
Yeah. And
we'll put a link below.
Yeah. So so now we decided to today we're speaking English. So you've been asking if we are going to post English vlogs in the future.
Here it is.
So here it is, and then we've been for us it's been last year it's been like a little bit of test. If we want to go in English or Polish, we want to mix a little bit, but we've been
well, it's been a roller coaster, really.
Always.
And what we have found out in the end is that when we mix it, when we do Polish and English back and forth, the algorithm at YouTube just doesn't like us. It really doesn't like us personally. It just doesn't like that mixing because it doesn't. The channel doesn't maintain the focus according to the algorithm. And in fact, we've got a lot of feedback recently because we got our comments back recently.
Oh yeah.
We've got a lot of feedback from our friends, from our fans, viewers that basically told us, "Hey guys, we love you guys. We like watching, but it's annoying when we see an English title. We click on it, and it's the whole video is in Polish, and all we can do is read English subtitles." So I think the big decision right now on our part, after pondering on this for the last few weeks, is that we're probably going to split the channel.
Yeah, so we're still analyzing it, but we would like to put more English vlogs within next month. So I'm sure most of you will gonna be happy, and we're gonna just find out what's gonna be in the Polish vlog story. So
yeah, so the splitting means that all the English stuff is gonna stay on this channel.
Okay.
And we're gonna create a separate channel that all the Polish content is gonna go to. And all the new episodes are gonna go basically split.
Yeah, so for next month we're gonna post English vlog. So we now, if we are our comments back, we would like to encourage you just to comment below. What would you love to see within next few months? We're planning to do a new boat tour because the last boat tour we recorded was like 2-3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So we'd like to do a new one, the more technical one.
Explaining all the systems.
Exactly. So we're gonna do it within next few months.
So if you have any particular suggestions and questions to that subject, then please also comment on this. Because as you see, we take your comments very seriously. They're very helpful to us in charting the course how to move with this channel. That split decision, splitting the channels, is really thanks to you guys. So yeah. So if you know, we do take your feedback
so just
seriously.
go to the comments below and just type right now what would you like to see, what would you like to watch, maybe some topics that you are really interested in.
Any ideas for new movies? You're most welcome.
Yeah.
And the last but not least, what did we start with? We started also sort of like a self-development tantra meditation thing, trainings going. So
okay, I think we're done today.
I think we bored you to death already.
We need to see where our kids are. Because they are just swimming over there.
There's somewhere on this beach.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for
guys.
being with us today.
No, thank you for being with us all the time.
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and there's a bell. You need to just press the bell, and then you're gonna get all notifications to your bell, to your phone.
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise, you won't know if something comes up on our channel.
And thank you for being patient. For us, English is not our mother language, so yeah.
It's not the first language, yes.
Exactly.
It's native language.
Exactly. So it's really sometimes difficult just to go into English flow. So thank you for patience. We're gonna practice more and more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
I've been thinking about you. I'm waiting for it all to come true.